The latest on the border crisis and its impact here in San Antonio. What we know about the migrants expected to arrive at the Freedom Coliseum.
Plus, San Antonio police are on the search for a suspected gunman after he shot two people at a birthday party overnight. Our Katrina Weber has details.
Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
Migrant children who cross the U.S.-Mexican border without an adult may start arriving at the Freedom Coliseum as early as today.
This is where some of them are going to be temporarily housed by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services in an agreement with Bexar County.
Sarah Costa is at the Freedom Coliseum where they are preparing for the minors. They just don't have their timeline on their arrival yet.
At this point, the county says they don't exactly know when the unaccompanied migrant children will be arriving here at the Freeman Coliseum, just that it can be any time this week. Also, the number of children that will be staying here is also unknown. We just know that the Coliseum can house up to 2,400 of these children. This will be temporary housing in a 60-day agreement between the county and Health and Human Services. HHS will run the facility. County Judge Nelson Wolf says he expects most children would be at the facility for 5 to 7 days and would then either be released to a family member in the U.S. or to a licensed care facility in San Antonio that handles refugees. Wolf said at a press conference on Friday these children will not be deported back to their home country. He says, quote, "We didn't have to do this. We have chosen to do this as a humanitarian effort," end quote. The staff and children will have access to basic needs as well as internet and TV. Catholic Charities and the Refugee Immigrant Center for Education and Legal Service will provide supportive services. All children will be tested for COVID-19 every 5 days upon arriving, and if they test positive, they will be housed in a separate part of the facility. We also know that FEMA is on site to help with the arrival of the children. From the Freeman Coliseum, I'm Sarah Acosta, KSAT 12 News.
New at noon, we're now learning that a Bexar County inmate who was charged with continuous sexual abuse of a child committed suicide in his jail cell. According to the Bexar County Sheriff, it happened last Friday. The inmate's been identified as 35-year-old Mark Reed. They say a deputy was making rounds when he noticed Reed's attempt to kill himself. The deputy then immediately called for further assistance and used a cutting tool designed for suicide attempts and began performing life-saving measures. Additional deputies and medical staff were then called in, but Reed was pronounced dead just before noon on Friday. Reed's death, though, remains under investigation.
What was supposed to be a night of celebration ended with violence. San Antonio police are looking for the person who shot two men as they left a birthday party at a Northwest Side bar. It happened on Wurzbach Road near Garlandale. And as Katrina Weber reports, some of the bullets also made their mark on a popular restaurant.
While they searched this parking lot at Wurzbach and Gardendale, San Antonio police already have found the answer to one big question. They figured out where two men who suddenly showed up at local hospitals overnight were shot. One had a leg wound, the other was shot in the chest. The evidence, though, shows more than 24 shots were fired, most in the parking lot of Tommy's restaurant.
We were not open at that time. No, thank God we weren't.
Manager Alma Martinez only found out about the 2 a.m. shooting when she showed up for work later. Some of the bullets hit the side of the building.
I saw a detective that he was, I guess, looking for something, and I asked him what was going on, so that's when he told me that there have been shots.
Martinez says it doesn't look like any of the bullets made their way into the restaurant. The two men who were shot were simply passing by. They dropped a cake in the middle of the chaos.
Police say the pair had just left a birthday party at this bar and were heading to their cars parked across the street. They believe that someone they must have had a run-in with here is the one who fired the shots.
So it's close to us, and we spend a lot of time here, so it was kind of scary.
Investigators also spent a lot of time here trying to find every bit of evidence in this case. But when it came to finding the shooter, they came up empty-handed. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
We're waiting to hear the latest involving the potential stabbing of a Von Army police officer. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says it happened around 10:30 last night in the 1800 block of Jet Road. That's near Palo Alto, outside of Loop 1604 in South Bexar County. Deputies say that the officer was working a rodeo event when he was stabbed in the ankle. This incident remains under investigation.
San Antonio police searching for a suspected shooter who who ran towards Balcones Heights from a nearby apartment. This happened in the Trio apartment complex in the 1200 block of Babcock near Hillcrest Drive just after midnight. Police tell us when they arrived, they found a man suffering from a gunshot wound to his leg and his chest. Officers say he has been involved in an argument with a woman just before the shooting happened. The woman was gone before police got to the scene. Meantime, the man was taken to the hospital for treatment. Officers are still looking for that suspect.
Police also looking into a shooting on the southeast side where 4 people were hurt late last night and happened just after 9 at an apartment complex on Dollarhide Avenue. Police say that a group got into an argument. It led to a shooting that spread throughout the entire apartment complex. 3 people fired guns at each other. They say bullets hit 3 people, including a 16-year-old boy, a 19-year-old woman as well. Both were taken to BAMC in critical condition. A 3rd person was shot in the arm and taken to a hospital in stable condition. They have so far made no arrests.
When it comes to the latest coronavirus numbers here in Bale County, local health officials are reporting 317 new cases and no new deaths. However, the county added more than 1,200 backlog cases and 67 backlog deaths. 182 people still remain in the hospital due to the coronavirus. The schedule for the county briefings will change today as well. Remember, they will no longer be daily, just on Mondays and Thursdays.
Today is an exciting day for adults across the state of Texas. All adults are eligible to sign up for the vaccine. Max Massey shows us thousands are ready to finally get in line and get their shot.
I just want to feel safe. I want my loved ones to feel safe around me.
Maria Hogue is one of the thousands of newly vaccinated people across the state of Texas.
We are well over 200,000 already. Last week and the week before, we are averaging 6,000 to 7,000 a day.
This is the wonderland of the America's vaccination site, and it is efficient.
It's been really impressive to see the team effort and collaboration it takes all the way from pharmacy to logistics to the computer side of scheduling people and moving people through to get the vaccines.
It is so efficient, we went through the process. After we registered, we checked in and got the shot.
Quick and easy process.
Then we waited the recommended amount of time. I got the Pfizer shot, but Dr. Bowling says you should take whichever vaccination you can get.
So the good news is at this point, all of the vaccines that have been approved work really well, particularly when you look at the most severe consequences like hospitalizations and death. They all have very high protective rates against that. So really the best vaccine to get is the one that is available to you right now.
After you get fully vaccinated, you still should not let your guard down. Dr. Bowling says to still follow the precautions, avoid large crowds, and do hand hygiene. As for Maria, this shot has been a game changer.
It has changed my life. I mean, my perspective, my way of thinking, and I just feel safer being able to do the things I've been depriving myself from doing.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
COVID-19 cases are rising in nearly half of the U.S. states, prompting new concerns about a 4th surge.
The uptick in cases comes as the U.S. reported a record number of vaccinations this Sunday. ABC's Elizabeth Schultze has the latest from Washington.
With COVID-19 cases on the rise in nearly half the country, health officials are warning about a possible 4th wave of the virus. New infections now surpassing 60,000 a day, about a 12% increase since last week.
This is probably related to a combination of rapid opening, increased mobility, and the spread of variants.
At the same time, a new record in the U.S. for daily vaccinations. More than 3.3 million Americans vaccinated on Sunday. And more states are expanding eligibility. In Texas, all adults are now eligible. And in Florida, anyone above age 40 can get vaccinated. Like Cedell Roundtree in Miami.
Now we can be as a family again.
But the shot didn't come soon enough for so many Americans, including Virginia doctor Emmanuel Stiff, who lost his fight to COVID after contracting the virus in January.
He's just always been there as a constant in my life.
The death toll in the U.S. is approaching a staggering 550,000. A top health official who helped lead the pandemic response under former President Trump, telling CNN the number didn't have to be that high, raising questions about why she didn't speak out more forcefully at the time.
There were about 100,000 deaths that came from that original surge. All of the rest of them, in my mind, could have been mitigated or decreased substantially.
The Biden administration now getting high marks for its response. A new ABC News Ipsos poll finds 72% approve of the president's handling of the pandemic. And today, Mexico is thanking the Biden administration for sending it 1.5 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine. It's part of an effort the White House calls vaccine diplomacy. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
Still ahead this half hour, the San Antonio Spurs head coach Greg Popovich reached a milestone in victories over the weekend. Details on what it means for NBA history.
Plus, a popular children's novel series is getting some backlash, why the publisher has called for it to be removed from libraries and store shelves.
And a multi-million-dollar investment here in the Alamo City. After the break, how UT Health is hoping to better serve the community.
UT Health San Antonio holding a virtual groundbreaking event today to announce making resources more accessible. It's a mission of education, discovery, and clinical care, all coming together to better serve the community. The $430 million investment will advance healthcare through nationally leading medicine, innovative technologies, as well as scientific breakthroughs.
And we also want to remind you that the deadline to register to vote is this week. Voter registration deadline is April 1st. Election day, May 1st. And we've got a link to check your registration status right now on our website. The mayor's seat and 10 council seats are up for election this year. Early voting begins April 19th.
Super pretty day out there this morning, 71 degrees, and it looks like it's going to stick.
Yeah, today's going to be really nice. Tomorrow, a little more humid, and then we got some changes middle part of the week as we got another cold front in here, and temperatures are going to cool down yet again. The aquifer is down 0.2 of a foot to 658.7. We definitely need some rain. That much we know. And the pollen count, mold's jumped up a little bit. Thankfully, oak is down some. It's at 320. Hackberry and mulberry both low. We'll talk about this cold front, whether or not it brings us any rain, coming up.
Never miss a story. Watch live or when you want. San Antonio's latest news and weather, streaming free on KSAT TV.
So we went with super today.
Oh, yeah?
You used the word super, right?
Super day.
Super day.
Super.
Super beautiful.
And you know what's the best part? I actually got some rain over the weekend.
We did get a little bit. There were some thunderstorms, even some small hail on Sunday with some of those storms that moved through. Still not enough, though. You know, we need it to be more widespread, like a good soaking rain. Grass is starting to turn green. We're going to need some more rain. Here's a little chart I put together. So let's talk about the last time we got 1/4 inch of rain in a 24-hour period. That was just 6 days ago. We saw some thunderstorms, got 1/4 inch. Okay, that's great. When's the last time we saw 1/2 inch of rain in a 24-hour period? That was 46 days ago. You got to go all the way back to February. And the last time we saw 1 inch of rain or more, 121 days ago. So my point in showing you this is that, yes, we've gotten some rain here and there, but hasn't been good, significant rain. We haven't got one of those good soakers, and that's what we need. And I'm sorry to say, it's still not in the forecast. We have a slight chance of some drizzle tomorrow morning, maybe some showers on Wednesday, another very slight chance on Saturday, but nothing that jumps off the page that says we're going to get some good rainfall. We'll keep our eyes peeled down the line, but this is our next storm system, and this is what's going to bring a front through on Wednesday morning. When it does, it could generate a few showers, and it certainly is going to bring in some cooler air. Look at the numbers up here, 20 in Cut Bank, 39 Boise. There's some cold air sitting up in Canada. Some of that's going to spill down, and we're going to feel a little bit of it. It is mid-March. You would think temperatures would be in the 80s, maybe even 90s by now. We're not going to see that this week. In fact, temperatures may be in the 60s on Wednesday behind that front. Outside, we've got some blue skies right now. Temperature sitting at 69 degrees at the airport. Southerly winds at about 11 miles per hour, gusting to 20. So winds will be a little breezy today. We're closing in on 70 degrees in most of Bexar County. 72 Castroville, 70 in Bandera, 66 Bernie Stage, 69 right now in New Braunfels, 70 Carrizo Springs, 71 in Cotulla. And the humidity tracker says dew points are generally pretty dry, 30s and 40s. That changes pretty rapidly overnight. Dew points will start to creep up, and in fact, they'll get up into the 60s by tomorrow morning. That should lead to some cloud cover, some drizzle to start. Then we'll get some clearing skies in the afternoon, but once that front comes through Wednesday morning, dew points drop off again before building back by the weekend. So we're getting these fronts kind of rapid fire here, but it's just not generating a whole lot of rain, as we mentioned. The visible satellite picture shows that we do have some clouds working north, so it'll be partly cloudy. It does look like we have maybe a light radar return there, so we could even see a shower, especially down to the south of San Antonio today. And we look at Futurecast here. Few clouds, and then as we get into tomorrow morning, humid, some drizzle out there, maybe even some patchy fog if the winds aren't all that strong. And then by tomorrow afternoon, we'll see some sun. Temperatures will be rather warm. But here comes our front. Wednesday morning, I think sometime around sunrise, it turns windy. We get a couple of showers right along the front, but it's just not going to be much. And behind it, it'll be significantly cooler. So partly cloudy skies today. We'll make it up to about 77. Look for southeasterly winds to eventually kick in. And we'll go 82 tomorrow, our warmest day. And then 63 Wednesday, windy. It will be windy yet again. 69 Thursday, 68 Friday. We have lows in the 40s both mornings. And as we head into Easter weekend, looks like it'll be mild, mostly cloudy, and a stray shower perhaps on Saturday, guys.
Thank you, Justin.
We've made it to the Elite Eight in the women's tournament. We'll tell you who's in and when they're playing coming up. And the Spurs get an historic win for their head coach Saturday night. A history-making weekend for Spurs head coach Greg Popovich. The win over Chicago Saturday was his 1,300th career victory. That snapped Spurs' 4-game losing streak and earned their first win in their current 9-game homestand. Pop becoming only the third coach in NBA history to reach that milestone behind Don Nelson and Lenny Wilkins. Spurs defense fueled their offense against Chicago from the start. DeJounte Murray, the steal. Jakob Poeltl, the finish. He had 20. Helped get the Spurs up to their 33-20 lead after one. The Spurs held the Bulls to just 39 first-half points. They scored 65 of their own, fueled by an 18-0 run. DeMar DeRozan finds Jakob again. The Spurs lead got up to 30 when DeMar drives in for the DeMar Slam. All 5 starters finished in double figures, including DeRozan. He had 17 in the 120-104 win. After the game, Murray talked about the effort combined with himself and DeRozan and Derek White, who racked up 47 points, 22 assists, 7 steals, and only 4 turnovers.
You know, being a point guard, I'm still learning this game. I think, I'm on the right role, as far as individual, just studying and getting experience. But that's how I got to be. I think we're, three of the best playmaking team. You add Lonnie Walker. I really think he could really play make. Once the game slows down for him, and he understands it more. But that's huge for us, and we got to be consistent with it. Us three got to be consistent every night, getting other guys the ball and not turn the ball over.
In that victory, the Spurs spoiled the debut of Nikola Vucevic in the Bulls uniform after the All-Star center was traded by Orlando on Thursday. Sorry about that, Nikola. All right, so here's a look at the Spurs schedule for this week. It continues here at home, Sacramento tonight. Then they get a break, and then they play Sacramento again on Wednesday night here at home, and then they follow that up with Atlanta coming to town on Thursday, and then on Saturday it is the Indiana Pacers. All 4 of those are winnable, and they need to win all 4. They're just a smidge above Mavs in the Western Conference standings. All right, more news concerning Deshaun Watson today and lawsuits. 3 more lawsuits filed last night accusing him of sexual assault and inappropriate conduct. They include claims that the Houston Texans quarterback is deleting Instagram messages and contacting the women. That is according to ESPN. Watson has publicly denied any wrongdoing. All right, the NCAA tournament continues. We're down to the Great 8 in the women's tournament. So tonight you got Indiana and Arizona. That tips off at 8 o'clock in the Dome. Before that, you've got Baylor, the 2 seed, and the 1 seed going at it for a trip to the Final Four. That's at 6 o'clock in the Alamo Dome this evening. And then coming up tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the Dome, it's Texas and South Carolina. And that'll be followed up by Louisville and Stanford. That's at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So you got Baylor and Texas trying to get to the Final Four.
A lot to watch.
Yeah, good stuff right there.
All right.
Coming up in the next half hour, finding out exactly how effective covering your face really is. Details on a new study from the CDC.
Plus the latest on the Derek Chauvin trial, today's opening arguments. We're going to have that and more next on your News at Noon.
We begin this half hour with the trial of Derek Chauvin. It's been 10 months since the streets were filled with rage and emotion after cell phone video captured him kneeling on the neck of George Floyd.
Floyd was heard pleading that he couldn't breathe. Now, a diverse jury of 12 will have to decide if the former police officer should be held accountable. ABC's Ike Ajachi has the latest.
Today, opening statements in the trial of Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer who was seen kneeling on the neck of George Floyd, did so for over 9 minutes and 20 seconds, according to prosecutors. Chauvin is facing manslaughter, second and third degree murder charges. He's pleaded not guilty to all of them. And today, we're hearing the prosecution and defense teams lay out their cases for the first time. The state, which has the burden of proving Chauvin's guilt, making its case against the former police officer.
The evidence is going to show you that there was no cause in the first place to use lethal force against a man who was defenseless, who was handcuffed, who was not resisting.
Derek Chauvin did exactly what he had been trained to do over the course of his 19-year career. The use of force is not attractive, but it is a necessary component of policing.
The trial will focus on exactly how Floyd died. The medical examiner stating Floyd suffered cardiopulmonary arrest, while fentanyl and other drugs were found in his system. The defense expected to make the case that those drugs and his untreated heart condition caused his death, not Chauvin. The jury, consisting of 14 people, including alternates. The group is diverse with 5 men and 9 women, 4 who identify as black, 2 who identify as multiracial. The rest, white. Floyd's death sparking international outrage while starting a conversation about race and policing in the U.S. Earlier this month, the city of Minneapolis settling with Floyd's family for a record $27 million. Money relatives say could never heal the wounds of a lost family member.
$27 million is just money. I'll never get my brother back.
And this morning, Floyd's family, their attorneys, and Reverend Al Sharpton taking a knee outside the courthouse for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And the city's mayor says security will be heightened throughout the duration of the trial, which is expected to last around 1 month. All 4 police officers involved have been fired. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Minneapolis.
Also making headlines this noon, 5 people have died in a helicopter crash in Alaska's backcountry, including the Czech Republic's richest man. Billionaire Peter Kellner died in a crash along with another person from the Czech Republic, 1 man from Colorado and 2 Alaskans, including the pilot. A 6th person is in serious condition but stable at an Anchorage hospital. The contracted helicopter crashed Saturday as it was transporting 3 guests and 2 guides from a lodge on a heli skiing adventure. The bodies were recovered Sunday. The cause of the crash remains under investigation.
Engineers have partially refloated that container ship that's been stuck across the Suez Canal. But despite the move, the massive ship's still blocking traffic, and there are no details about when it might be fully freed. Tugboats were brought in to push and pull the ship. Dredgers also removed mud and sand around the ship. The operation helped by the full moon's tides, which raised the water level. Still, satellite images show that the vessel's bow is wedged in the canal's eastern bank. The skyscraper-sized ship became stuck in the canal last Tuesday. It has held up $9 billion in global trade each day.
A Chinese diplomat attacked Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on his Twitter this weekend. Li Yang wrote yesterday, "Boy, your greatest achievement is to have ruined the friendly relations between China and Canada." He added Trudeau has, quote, turned Canada into a running dog of the U.S. Yang is China's consul general in Rio de Janeiro. His tweet refers to the declining relationship between China and Canada.
Looking outside with live cam, we've got a pretty day, 70 degrees. Could you ask for more?
I mean, look at that shot right there. That looks great. We are looking at a beautiful, beautiful day. It was chilly to start, though, this morning. We got down into the 40s, some places in the 30s this morning. So it was jacket weather for about, an hour or so. And then we saw those temperatures really warm up. 47 was the low in San Antonio. We got down into the 30s, Kerrville, Fredericksburg, down to 56 this morning in Del Rio. But everybody has made it now into the 60s or 70s. 70 at Hondo, 70 Uvalde, 70 at Carrizo Springs, and we're closing in on 70 here in San Antonio. I want to show you the radar real quick. We do have 1 shower out there south and east of town. Moisture is trying to return, and this one in Karnes County just moved through Kennedy. Looks like you could get some quick, decent shower out of this as it moves off to the north and east. Runge next in line along 72 here. This will work its way up towards Yorktown as well. So that's the one area of rain on radar. Most of us staying dry today. Partly cloudy skies, 77 degrees by 5 o'clock, 73 by 7 o'clock, and then down to 64 by 10 o'clock. Partly cloudy skies. More moisture tonight. We will see some drizzle, maybe a little bit of fog tomorrow morning. And then a cold front moves in. This brings changes by the middle part of the week. We'll talk more about that here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thanks, Justin. A pharmaceutical giant is going to have to pay millions of dollars in a fine after a French court connected its weight loss drug to hundreds of deaths. The court found the company Servier guilty of involuntary manslaughter and aggravated fraud. The case involved the case of the drug Mediator, the medicine introduced in 1976 as an aid for type 2 diabetes. The appetite suppressant was later prescribed as a weight loss aid, but the drug caused heart complications and hypertension. Experts linked it to the deaths of some patients, and France eventually banned it in 2009. The company was fined $3.2 million. Its former deputy chairman was given a 4-year suspended prison sentence, too.
A joint World Health Organization China study on the origins of COVID-19 says that transmission from bats through humans into another animal is the most likely scenario, and that a lab leak of the coronavirus is extremely unlikely. According to the Associated Press, the findings offer little new insight into how the virus first emerged and leave many questions unanswered. Though that was expected, the report's release has been repeatedly delayed, raising questions about whether the Chinese side was trying to skew the conclusions.
Okay, mask wearing, it is just one of many actions that you can take to help reduce the spread of COVID-19. But exactly how effective is covering your face? With more on that, here's ABC's news correspondent Faith Abube.
We now know that COVID-19 is spread mainly by droplets from the nose and mouth. Scientists suggest wearing a mask helps contain these droplets, thereby reducing spread of the virus from person to person. A CDC study found a decrease in hospitalizations for COVID-19 across 10 states after they put a statewide mask mandate in place. States included in the study, which ran from March to October of 2020, were California, Colorado, Connecticut, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, New Mexico, New York, Ohio, and Oregon. Hospitalization rates in these states had been increasing over the 4 weeks leading up to the statewide mask mandates. Experts say mask wearing reduces exposure to and transmission of COVID-19, which ultimately reduces strain on the healthcare system, allowing hospitals to provide a higher quality of patient care to everyone. With this Medical Minute, I'm Faith Abube.
Still ahead, rapper Lil Nas X has just released a controversial pair of shoes. Why some people are saying he sold his soul to the devil.
Plus, a legendary music store in Hollywood closed during the pandemic. Now music fans are rejoicing after the break. An inside look at the new location.
And Airbnb bouncing back. Details on the boom in online reservations this year. What's next? Well, it's up next on your News at Noon.
Never miss a story. Watch live or when you want. San Antonio's latest news and weather. Streaming free on KSAT TV.
Hello, everyone. This is your daily tech and business briefing from Cheddar. Amazon facing another lawsuit. In court documents filed back in February, a former employee alleges that the company failed to give 30-minute meal breaks to workers at one of their California fulfillment centers. Employees who did receive proper breaks were required to monitor their walkie-talkies, which sometimes cut into their break times. Meanwhile, Warner Brothers will begin releasing their films exclusively in theaters again starting next year. The new deal with Regal's parent company Cineworld will end Warner's HBO Max experience, where the company released movies simultaneously on streaming and in theaters. And online traveling sites like Expedia own Vrbo and Airbnb are seeing a boost as the U.S. ramps up vaccination efforts. Home sharing company Airbnb is seeing their shares jump more than 20% this year, while shares of Expedia are surging more than 30%. Airline and hotel stocks are soaring as well. That's due to pandemic fatigue. And that's your Cheddar Business and Tech Update. I'm Baker Machado, coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
If you own an Audi, you might want to listen up. Concerns about potential problems with passenger side airbags are forcing the recall of about 150,000 cars. The recall affects several models of the Audi A3 and S3 made between 2015 and 2020.
A wildly popular child's novel series is being pulled from the library and bookstore shelves after its publisher says it perpetuates passive racism. Dave Pilkey, the author of Captain Underpants, The Adventures of Ook and Gluck, has apologized, saying it contains harmful racial stereotypes and is wrong and harmful to my Asian readers. The book follows a pair of friends who travel from back in time where they meet martial arts instructor who teaches them kung fu, and they learn principles found in Chinese philosophy.
Rapper Lil Nas X has just released Satan shoes. That sounds like fun. They're called The Mischief. They launched today. They're trending on social media and Google. But it's not just for its controversial demonic imagery on the shoe's exterior. According to Saint, the brand that's selling these shoes, these Nike Air Max 97 style shoes contain 60 cc's of ink as well as 1 drop of human blood. And of course, there'll only be 666 pairs released, and it's got a hefty price tag of $1,018.
Movie theaters and concert venues took a massive hit during the pandemic.
But there may be some light at the end of the lockdown tunnel. Here's CNN's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
A titanic international debut for Godzilla vs. Kong. The supersized monster showdown opened overseas with $122 million, including more than $70 million in China. Both marks far above any other U.S. film since the coronavirus pandemic began. That's good news for theater owners looking for signs that tentpole movies can bring audiences back to theaters. Godzilla vs. Kong opens in North America Wednesday. Most of the world isn't back to massive music festivals yet, except online. Grammy-nominated DJ Cascade put on a show over the weekend within Epic Games' Fortnite and the social networking app House Party. The virtual concert was set in the world of the vehicular soccer video game Rocket League. If you don't play Fortnite or use House Party, you can still enjoy the show on Rocket League's YouTube channel. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
As we head outside with Life Cam, real quick, we mentioned earlier that ship in the Suez Canal was still stuck. Actually, it has been freed and it's headed down the Suez Canal. So that's
floating
good news
down the canal.
Yeah, because there's lots of stuff on that ship we may want.
Yeah, and lots of stuff has not been able to get delivered through the canal every day.
Pretty fascinating, too. The full moon played a role in all that.
Yes, imagine.
Yeah, so there you go.
69 degrees so far today. 47 was low this morning, so we were off to a chilly start, but we've warmed up nicely. 77 is the average. That's right about where we'll be this afternoon. 94 was the record high set back in 2000. 35 record low set back in 1987. We do have some cooler weather on the way by the end of the week. We'll talk about the 7-day forecast coming up.
In March 2020, as the pandemic lockdown went into effect, one of the world's largest independent music stores found itself closing down earlier than expected.
We had a lease, and our lease was coming to a close. We were in a pretty unsustainable situation financially in the other spot, so we had been looking for a place where we could kind of take the show on the road and recreate the magic.
Amoeba Music planned to leave its Sunset Boulevard address to move to a brand new location in the neighborhood.
The only bummer was that when the COVID situation came to the front, it removed our ability to continue to stay open safely and to kind of give that store the send-off that it deserved. And, so we were all a little bit heartbroken about that.
While the new Amoeba doesn't have an upstairs section, it does have everything longtime fans expect.
We're still carrying everything that we had carried before, so we're more than just a record store with music and movies, and then you get into posters, t-shirts, games, toys, lunchboxes, prayer candles, you name it. We'll be enforcing, masks and social distancing and doing everything that we need to do to make sure that it's a safe spot for our customers and our staff. Hopefully it's again, a very familiar experience for people. I mean, they still feel connected to this, great new space as they did with the old one.
Ready to dig through the vinyl bins in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Wow, those look cool, don't they?
Oh, yeah, that's always fun.
Nice albums.
We are looking for a little more rain. If you got a little rain over the weekend, probably wasn't enough.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot. There were a few isolated spots that got some decent numbers and even a little bit of hail, but that is all past. We've got one shower out there right now. We just need a good soaking rain, as we talked about earlier, and it's not really in the forecast. Time lapse shows we had a beautiful sunrise, and temperatures have made their way into the 60s, close to 70. Now 69, southerly winds at 11 miles per hour. Dew point is still extremely low at 36. Looking at the satellite picture, we have quite a bit of cloud cover trying to come in from the south. So San Antonio, it's a partly cloudy skies the rest of the afternoon. We are watching one shower that's showing up in Karnes County there. We'll zoom in a little bit closer. Just went through Kennedy. It's making its way towards Runge and then Nordheim, and then working its way up towards Yorktown, moving northeast at a pretty quick clip. This isn't going to put down much rain either, but that is the one lone shower we do have on the radar at this hour. 66 Canyon Lake, 69 New Braunfels, 73 Castroville, 66 Lost Maples, 71 Cotulla, 68 right now in Kennedy, where they just had that shower. And the dew points are low, 30s and 40s. The air is relatively dry. It's trying, though. We're trying to see these dew points move up a little bit with more of a southeasterly wind. So we'll see the dew points increase here over the next 12 hours or so. You'll see them jump into the 50s, maybe close to 60 by tomorrow morning. And that's going to lead to some drizzle, I think. So some patchy fog, patchy drizzle for tomorrow morning's commute. Here's the setup. Our next storm still back up over the Pacific Northwest, bringing some rain and snow there. This is not a huge system, and it's not going to have a direct impact on us, but it will help to bring a front through. And as we look at Futurecast here, it does show those partly cloudy skies this afternoon, and then clouds really fill in tomorrow morning. Humid, some drizzle. We're showing that here on the computer model. And then tomorrow afternoon, probably some sun. Tomorrow will be our warmest day in the 7-day forecast. A lot of us will make it into the 80s. But our frontal boundary slides through, looks like Wednesday morning, right around sunrise. Windy conditions with this front, not a lot of rain. We were hoping for a little better coverage. Doesn't look that way. Brings a few showers with it, but they'll be quick moving, and most everything will push south by midday. And then we'll be within the clouds, but the cooler on Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures will be quite a bit cooler, in fact. For today, 77 the high temperature, partly cloudy skies. Look for southeasterly winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, we'll go 82, patchy morning drizzle. Temperatures in the 50s. That frontal boundary comes through Wednesday morning. Windy, 20% chance of showers, mainly in the morning. And then we're looking at a high of only 63. 46 Thursday morning. Thursday should be a pretty nice day. Good Friday looks okay. We'll get more cloud cover, though. And I think that cloud cover probably sticks with us through the weekend. Maybe a stray shower on Saturday. Shouldn't be a big deal, though. So at the moment, Easter weekend looks pretty good. Maybe just a little bit cloudy. Temperatures will be in the 70s both Saturday and Sunday, guys.
Thank you, Justin.
We talked about the women's grade 8 coming up in the next half, after this break, the next half hour. I'm not going to be here that long. After the break, Mike Fiona won't do it either. We're going to talk about the men's grade 8 coming up. They are down to the grade 8 in the men's NCAA tournament. A few surprises so far over the weekend. So let's take a look at the matchups coming up over the next couple of nights. We start in the South region. It's Arkansas and Baylor. That tips off late tonight at 8:57. But prior to that, you've got the Oregon State and Houston matchup. How about Oregon State, a 12th seed, making it to the grade 8? That's a 6:15. And then tomorrow, you got USC and Gonzaga. Not a big surprise there. However, this might be a big surprise. UCLA beat Alabama last night in overtime. They'll take on #1 Michigan tomorrow at 8:57. So some interesting matchups.
As my son said, anyone who can beat Alabama is good with me.
Whoa, man, bam. There you go. All right, let's head down.
Spoken like a true LSU fan. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, Easter, we are talking
peeps. Yes. And speaking of those fighting words, how about some peeps fighting?
Peeps, yes. Jousting. And Christy Cuthbert is here. Best way to introduce her, mom of 4 boys, including triplets. Wow.
That's correct.
And one of our favorite things to do at Easter is stick these guys in the microwave with some jousting sticks, also known as skewers, and let them at it. You can have a bracket and pick a color, pick teams, and see who's gonna be the winner.
So
we're gonna
zap that for about 15 seconds?
15 seconds.
All right, well, you're doing that. How about a little card trick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt Sawacki, of course, you are here. Show us, amaze us.
Let's do it. Mike, go ahead and pick a card for me. Doesn't matter which one.
Pull
Not
out.
that one.
Okay.
Take it out. Show it to the camera. It's important I don't see it.
Here we go.
You got it?
Yep.
Put that card back into the deck face down.
Okay.
I'm going to cut that card into the deck. I'm going to use these two jacks to find your card, okay? Of course, we've got the Jack of Spades and the Jack of Clubs, and I'm going to cut them into the center of the deck. Go ahead and just touch the top for me.
There we
Just
go.
like that. With a snap, one card's trapped in between these jacks. What card you pick?
Jack of Diamonds.
The Jack of Diamonds. There it is.
And more
That just amazes
amazement
me.
from this card master who's got skills that can beat Vegas.
I'm going to have to sign a card or something like that to sign my life away because he's going to be doing a trick a little bit later on. So how did the jousting go?
All right, purple claimed victory.
Purple claimed victory. Oh my goodness! Oh, and so many more great ideas to celebrate Easter from Christy coming up. And two San Antonio cousins came up with a great invention for the bathroom.
Yes, indeed. And they were on a Shark Tank. Yeah, we'll talk more about that, a whole lot more coming up on SA Live.